Well, Erangel, love it. I know you're a fan. I'm a fan. You're a big fan of finishing the maps off on Erangel. We'll see how this one does go. And keeping a keen eye on some of the teams that did perform better on Miramar as they do head into Erangel and see whether or not that is going to translate across. Obviously, Fury has been one of those big discussion points. 66% of their points coming from Miramar last season. Astra as well, 55. Buriram, 55 as well. So there's a few teams that did tend to lean a little bit more heavily on Miramar than they did on Erangel. Buriram, they did start off pretty poorly, but they had a very good game too.
Going up against Division X Gaming's Sapao. Great game number one for Division X Gaming. Game two definitely leaving a lot to be desired, and game three might just follow suit here. From sort of hero to zero right now for Division X Gaming, from game one now to game three.
Have a difficult time of rotating off safely. They've actually elected at the moment not to go across the eastern bridge. They're going back toward the west. Either way, we'll jump back over to Magic and Cerberus, who have once again run into each other early on in the piece. Basil is stuck in this building on his own. He might have just jumped out the window. Makes a lot of noise. Needs the rotation in from his teammates. Ghoul coming across. Subang there as well. But Basil, well, he didn't jump out of the building. He's still holding strong on the stairs. And that pick from Ghoul is going to just relieve a bit of the pressure. Grenade, though, in hand. Doesn't quite manage to land it.
Oh, Basil, though, from the second floor building gets the elimination. Well, knockdown leads onto Salabi. Elimination may follow shortly. Goal from the tree. I'm not sure if anyone's going to find to Salabi to get the revive. Tonke gets one, but goes to run outside the door. Doesn't check his lefts and rights and gets punished. Cerberus say goodnight. They are on the board. 4 kills and subsequently go from 3 to 7 very quickly in the total standings. Much better for the team with high expectations, Jordan.
So it's a bit of a calmer time here on Erangel, but this is what I was alluding to. Buriram have a roadblock. Can they find a pick? Nordra, big spray, hit a lot of shots. God Meow, though, will be the one to get the first kill. The second as well. God Meow's hitting everything at the moment. Nordra not having as much luck, but that is 2 players for KT out of the picture, and Buriram have another couple of points on the board. Nice heads-up play from them.
And it really sort of just highlights the dangers of rotating in late, very, very late. Sometimes you kind of feel like if you are coming in that late, that there's not going to be a team holding around the edge.
Divine's already on the rotate in as we do watch this drop coming on in. You'll see Divine in the back of the screen there. They're trying to move. They're trying to get into a center circle position, but honestly, Xenox, where can you really go? Yes, there's a few defilades to play with here, but they are running through an absolutely ludicrous crossfire. Turtle, the first one to go down. I'm surprised they haven't lost more than that, to be honest, Divine, but they run into Victim Rise. Seymour, big spray down. He'll get JN, and I think that might be, in fact, the end of Divine. Just one more player left up, and that's Diane, and he doesn't look like he's having a good time here at all. Seymour not quite landing the shots. It's a bit rough for him. Oh, no. How has that happened? Diane, he might even actually be able to get a couple more points on the board here. And maybe even the reses. I don't know. Does the rotation come in time here for Victim Rise? No, it doesn't. Grenade does fly through.
Oh, my God. How do you lose that? 1 versus 2 now for Diane. Not going to be able to get the revival to JN. Did get a heal off. Unfortunately, though, is eliminated still. Yet almost clutching that one up. Division X Gaming's Long K driving around in the fields of Yasnaya by himself at the moment. So many players on the move, and yet very little real estate actually available. Now, that Dacia is going to blow up, but of course, as per the new settings, Jordan, 5 seconds or so until it actually blows up, so you can get a chance to get out of the vehicle. Fury have got a great position, mind you, as well, to the southwest portion of the zone. Kind of similar to the game 2 of Miramar, where they have found themselves with a large open patch of area on the southern end of a circle with a bit of elevation. They can potentially find some kills over the next 10 minutes or so.
Pulling up an FTF, now aware of Buriram's position. This is not a team that I'd like to go toe-to-toe with.
Especially since they seemingly have found that form, Jordan. They look threatening from game 1 to where they're at now. Look at that circle shift, though. Phase 4. Day trader, daydreaming right now. They are in a perfect position. Looking to back up game number 2 of Miramar. Now over to game 3 of Erangel. Buriram not going to give up on this and got me out with a knockdown onto Orkaran from the future. They just can't really get out of this situation, you think. They're in more than just a pickle. They are probably just about moments away from being eliminated. Edie gets the fire and they cannot escape what's going to happen. It's reckoning here from Buriram onto from the future.
Well, the res has come across, so FTF do still have 3 to defend with. Nandu watching in case anyone tries to rush into the garage. Buriram have decided they're not interested anymore. They've taken the point, they're out of here. Big grenade lands on top of Zoid, mate. That finishes him off. Bay are here with a vengeance. They've been having a struggle so far, and now they're going to try and get rid of Astra, but what is that? Lixie has just killed himself and Extreme. And that's the end of Astra. Oh, dear.
That's astronomical how the balls that one up. Bay I don't even think they really get the kill points, really, that they were hoping to get out of that situation. 4 kills now for Buriram United, and they've probably got a few more coming up very shortly, although Yoshi Mimburi has just caught Edie off guard. Yoshi Mimburi, time to stand up. The MVP of Thailand, who so far failed to live up to expectations in PCS1. Not really a great start for PCS2, might I add you as well, Jordan. And just going to back away from Edie. I don't blame him there, considering how well Buriram United are playing right now. Orkaran finally eliminated, but it's Sophia from Bay, who finally, after a couple of games, are on the board.
MSC and Buriram are again going to go head-to-head. Orm for Jukesy, if he wants it. Doesn't look like he does. He's going to continue to tap away. Putting in good work is Buriram this game. They have really turned things around from that game 1 poor start. Nordra, seat swap. That's going to be the end of Vega God. And just to add insult to injury, he's going to do it again to finish him off. Buriram are just like a roaming pack of wolves right now, driving around the map, killing everything that they run into. MSC are going to really be relying on one remaining player. Yoshimin Buri, time to slug away in the center of the map and try and get as many placement points out of this game as possible.
We are finding another one onto today from the future, who down to just Nando. It's taking a surprisingly long time for them to be picked apart. Sophia might yet just find another one here. Got Nordra in the meantime. Bay have done a decent job here of finding some points out on the eastern side of the circle. Nando got way further than I thought he would be able to. Game Home, though, now going to be the beneficiaries of that elimination. 11 teams, 31 alive.
Where does Fury go? There's a little bit of a hill in front of Ronan and Jukesy here, but it looks like they might go over it. If they commit, they're going to run right into Victim Rise. It's a breach, Xenox. Jukesy, has he run someone over? Not quite. Don't think he's managed that, and it's going to be inside.
I think he went over him.
A 1-for-1 trade. Jukesy's knocked down. Gen Foss survives from Victim Rise. How many more can he get?
Cal got one. Insight's knocked down, though. Can Cal salvage the situation? No, cannot. Unfortunately, Ronan is now the last one alive for Fury. Long K seeing this burnt out Darcia, though, up against Marcus from X Stadium. Long K's been the last one alive for Division X for a while. Oh, what a nade! He gets them both. 3 kills for Division X. The solo Jordan, the one who's been the solo since practically almost the start of the game with a huge double nade. As Archangel Predator now make their push towards the Wizard Tower of Day Trade Gaming. If they're not going to come out of it, they're going to try and force them out.
Well, there's no other options really for Archangel Predator. A great pick though onto Venotica. That cancels the crossfire. Very smart. They know that someone could be hiding inside of that blue crate. They pre-nade it, and now Archangel Predator have an easier time of making it into this Wizzy, but it's not going to be an easy time at all, is it? Carves having been knocked down. They're using the smokes for cover. CJ starting to push forward alongside Killer. And they'll look to try and at least confirm that kill that they did get onto the player inside of the crate. That's Venotica finished off for CJ. Killer is knocked by the molly, though. And Daytrade are getting as much as they're giving here. CJ might just burn alive. He does survive inside of that smoke, but feels like a bit of a band-aid situation here for him.
definitely been a better performance, though, from a couple of the teams that we mentioned sort of coming into this game. Cerberus, Bay have both picked things up. Now, unfortunately, though, for MSC, it's only Yoshimanburi who remains. Does get a complete circle feed down to the south. So does Juxi and Ronan. In fact, Juxi got revived. Didn't even see that.
There is only 2 players alive. You can see it on the scoreboard on the left. Fury only has 2, but 2 is better than 1. And I did think there was only 1 that was going to survive, but it looks like the res has come across, so that's good news for Fury, and they're in a pretty good spot, all things considered. Buriram have absolutely sent it right at game home, and that's not worked out too well for them. Sylphie does get God Me out. Canaxi's very low on HP. This grenade isn't going to finish him off, but it's going to do a number to God Meow, who actually does end up dying to a shot from Neferhor.
Bay again, though. I just say it. They have just racked up kill after kill, stealing a majority of them from third-party position because they've got the entire south end of this zone to themselves. No one is contesting them. Flood now in the kill feed. 10 kills for Battle Arena Elites. Glorious, though, with a nice knockdown onto Canaxi. Still 1 left. It's easy to deal with. Buriram have been good. Haven't been as great as the Miramar games, but they're still alive. 7 kills now. I'll take it back if he can get a second one. Oh, Edie gets God New. Sylphie and something else are the last 2 up for Game Home Esports, looking for the first aid kit, pushing closely into 1 versus 2, can get the quick transfer as well. They're so close to each other. Gets 1, couldn't get the second. You're seriously almost... Oh, the car blows up though. What's going on here in APAC? Game Home have been sent home.
That's unbelievable. Oh, dearie me. Well, Buriram, they get that little bit of a laugh at the end. Day Trade Gaming have 2 players left alive. They're keeping an eye on things, and they've recognized, well, there's no one in the yellows anymore. I wonder why. Fury trying not to make too much of a ruckus, but they're still involved in the mix, and MSC sitting center circle. But really, Xenox, this is Bay's game to lose. All 4 players alive. They control the entire southern part of the map, and they are fragging out. Division X fall to Flood, 6th place for them.
Long K eliminated. What are we down to 5 teams remaining? Bay have got 4 up. Everyone else, Jordan, though, is completely wounded. 1 or 2 players alive. Norin's knocked. Loki's. It's Bay's game. Mentioned that they needed to turn things around. They have now done so. 11 kills currently. How many more can they get? They send us to the top 4. Fury, Day Trade, Bay, and the solo of Yoshimanburi for MSC Teraton.
Nurin's finished off.
Out of the game. Fury, though, are very close to being able to secure 2nd place after 3 games, and Bay has skyrocketed from the bottom 4. What was that from Yoshimanburi? He shot more of the hay bale than he did Sophia. In fact, Sophia didn't take any damage. The hay bales have got some hitboxes there, Jordan. 14 kills now for Bay, and they're quite literally just sweeping the fields and cleaning up here for game 3.
There's no fear at all here for Sophia. Just pushing forward. Must know roughly the position of Flash, because Bay did actually spot him out a little bit earlier on the piece, so expecting him to be just hiding somewhere on this ridge. And good comms, good awareness there from Sophia, and great stuff so far from Day Trade. They do manage to still secure, obviously, 1st place after this game. I don't think we're going to see Fury overtake them off of this, but Bay are the ones that are putting in the good work. Let's see whether or not Fury can spoil the party, but look at this crossfire from Bay. It's just not
from
possible.
Here. High ground, as you said, the crossfire, the numbers, everything says Bay wins this game, and they've thoroughly deserved it. Ronan needs to get an early knockdown onto Sophia, or at the very least send him back. Has Juxi in a good position to get that done. Loki's got to land these shots, my friend. Please land these shots. Are you serious? That could seriously backfire. Juxi now has been able to heal up. This now means Ronan can also heal up, and it's a 2 versus 3. Surely Bay haven't just lost it from there. Fortunately, Neferhor going for the revival of Sophia, so they are going to be able to get back to 4 up. Flood, super far back, has a slightly high elevation. The Lokis, you've got to hit those shots. Ronan gets knocked down. Neferhor saving the day, gets the revive. Then the knock and says, we're not losing this one. We are not losing this one, says Neferhor. 17 kill win. Battle Arena Elites are on the board with their first chicken dinner at the PUBG Continental Series.
All my life I want money and power, respect my mind, no die from last shine. I pray my dick get big as the Apple Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Goddamn, I feel amazing. Damn, I'm in the